In the beginning, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. But then I came along, and let me tell you, folks, I made things happen. I said, let there be light. And there was light, and it was the best light you've ever seen. Bright, beautiful, tremendous light. I mean, you could see for miles. I created the heavens and the earth, and it was just amazing. The best earth, believe me, and the heavens, they were huge. Nobody's ever seen heavens like these. And let me tell you, I did it all in just 6 days. 6 days! Can you believe it? On the 7th day, I rested because, you know, even I need a break sometime. But let me tell you, folks, that 7th day was just fantastic. I mean, I felt like $1,000,000. Now, I created Adam and Eve, the first people, and they were just tremendous. Adam was a winner, a real winner. And Eve, she was just beautiful. And I said to Eve, make his dick hard, not his life, so he'll make your pussy wet, not your eyes. But they messed up, folks. They really messed up. They ate the fruit from the tree of knowledge, even though I told them not to. You know, I don't like to eat a lot of fruits, but I love a good piece of chocolate cake. But you know what? I forgave them, because that's what I do. I'm a forgiving guy, and I'll tell you, folks, that's just the beginning. There's so much more to come. Just wait and see. It's going to be huge. But let me tell you, their kids, Cain and Abel, total disaster. They turned out to be a real handful, especially Cain. I mean, he's just a terrible guy, a real bad seed. He goes and kills his brother Abel. So Cain ended up killing Abel. And I'm like, wow, that's some serious sibling rivalry. If only they had my book, The Art of the Deal, they could have negotiated their differences. Next, I had to do a massive cleanup job. I mean, the world was a total mess. So I got this guy, Noah, good guy, great builder, and I told him to build a huge boat, the best boat. We had a little flood, but we saved the best people and animals and started over. Tremendous success. But things didn't stay great for long. These people, they get together and build this Tower of Babel. I mean, it was a nice tower, but they were trying to reach me. Can you believe it? They thought they could just build a tower all the way up to Trump heaven. So I said, you know what, folks, you're fired. And I confused their languages so they couldn't work together anymore. You know, I'm great at languages. I speak many, many languages. Everybody says so. And ever since then, people have been trying to build walls instead of towers. I guess you could say I'm a trendsetter. Now let's talk about Abraham. Great guy, fantastic guy, and he had a beautiful wife, Sarah. I mean, she was a 10. I made a deal with him. I said, Abraham, you follow me and I'll make your descendants as numerous as the stars. And you know what? He did it. He followed me and I kept my promise. That's what I do, folks. I make deals and I stick to them. This story about Abraham almost sacrificing Isaac, let me clear that up. Fake news, folks, total fake news. I was just testing Abraham, seeing if he was still loyal to me. And he really was. I mean, he was about to do it, but I said, Abraham, hold on, buddy, it's all good. You passed the test. And I blessed him even more. Blessed are the wealthy, for they shall inherit the earth, and the rest of you losers shall be left behind in my divine bankruptcy. Now, let's talk about Joseph. Tremendous guy, just fantastic. He had this coat, and let me tell you, it was the most beautiful coat you've ever seen. Many colors, just like the Trump Tower's exterior. So his brothers got a little jealous, and they sold him into slavery. But Joseph, being the smart guy he is, worked his way up in Egypt. He became the top guy, like me in the business world. And he saved the whole country from a famine. I mean, can you believe it? What a winner. Now let's talk about Moses. He was like the CEO of the Israelites.
3 hours later.
I sent plagues, I mean the best plagues, like you've never seen before. Finally, Pharaoh got the message and he let the Israelites go. And I gave Moses these 2 stone tablets with the 10 commandments. I mean, these commandments were the best, just perfect. They were like my art of the deal, but for the ancient world.
2 hours later.
I'll tell you, if I were there with King David, Goliath wouldn't have stood a chance. We'd have made the best team and it would have been over in 2 seconds, believe me.
Approximately 10 hours later.
And let me tell you, folks, Solomon had so much wisdom, the best wisdom, and people came from all over just to hear him speak. And I said to Solomon, Solomon, my friend, it's okay to have 700 wives and 300 concubines, but remember, prenuptial agreements are key. And I don't like to brag, but I think my tweets are just as wise, if not wise. We have the best tweets, don't we, folks? The best. And then there was this guy, Jesus. Now, he wasn't as rich as me, but he had some interesting ideas. He was all about love and forgiveness. And I can relate to that, folks, because I'm a very loving and forgiving guy. Just ask my ex-wives. So Jesus went around healing people, which is fantastic. We need more of that in healthcare, don't we? I mean, I've done a tremendous job with healthcare, just tremendous. During his teachings, he said, well, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife unless she's a 10. And in that case, go ahead and grab her by the Speaking of healthcare, we're doing amazing things, folks. One day, Jesus was having dinner with some friends, and he said, one of you will betray me. And it was true, because there was this guy, Judas, not a very good guy, very dishonest. I would have fired him a long time ago, believe me. So Jesus gets arrested, which is something I can relate to, folks, because I was arrested once, but it was all a witch hunt, totally fake news. Anyway, Jesus was arrested and put on trial, and they sentenced him to death on the cross. I would have negotiated a better deal. I'm the best at deals, but that's what happened. But then after 3 days, Jesus came back to life. Can you believe it? Tremendous comeback, just tremendous. And he went up to heaven, and now he's up there probably managing one of my heavenly resorts. I mean, top-notch management. He's doing a fantastic job. So that's the story of Jesus, a great guy, not as great as me, but we all can learn something from his teachings. And remember, folks, always be loving and forgiving. But if love and forgiveness don't work, there's always the nuclear option. Trust me, I have the codes.